The secret to getting into PC gaming isn't about spending as much money as you can on your CPU, GPU, or the amount of RAM you have. And don't get me wrong, while those components are critical to any gaming PC, the secret to getting the most out of your gaming experience starts with getting the most value for your money as you can. Here's what I mean. We play video games on PCs simply because they are best experience there. I mean, again, video games are built on computers, by computers, essentially for computers. But how do you get there? How much money should you spend, and where do you start? The process I'm going to share with you in this video essentially can be broken down into 3 parts. So before we get into it, go ahead and like this video for me if you haven't yet before we jump into the conversation, and hit the subscribe button for me with the notification bell turned on. I've hit a wall, and well, with your help, we can break through it. Regardless if, say, you're a first-time builder, or you're returning back to the platform, or you're on an upgrade path, the secret to PC gaming, or getting the best value out of your gaming PC to get the best possible experience, starts with researching your games and how you wish to experience them. This could come in the form of, say, looking up the minimum and the recommended requirements for the game you want to play or the games you want to play. And this gives you a general idea of the hardware specifications you want to target or essentially be in. This would also help prevent you from, say, overspending on any component that won't contribute directly to your targeted gaming experience, or say undercutting yourself and not having a component powerful enough to achieve the level of gaming that you're looking to, say, get out of your system. If you want to play, say, a fast-paced first-person shooter like Apex Legends or Fortnite or Destiny 2, something to that extent, then you want to kind of lean towards a fast CPU or a multi-core CPU with high IPC. And if you want to, say, run your games at a little bit more higher graphic fidelity, you're going to want to initially invest in a decent discrete video card or graphics card, right? A graphics card with at least 6 gigabytes of VRAM or more, and that would enable you to definitely dial in your games at 1080p, somewhere between medium to high settings. Or you figure if you don't have a demand, or your demand isn't as high, or games that don't have a high graphics card requirement, right, like Roblox or even your Apex and your Fortnites and Minecraft even, you don't necessarily need to go all in with a big budget graphics card and CPU if you're looking to play games that aren't as heavily taxing on your hardware. You can also even mortgage some of those savings over on the used market and save even more money by targeting some of that price to performance or value that older legacy hardware has to offer, like graphics cards in the Polaris 500 series range, or even lower, again, possibly being more than enough to suit your needs depending on the type of games you want to play and how you wish to experience them. And I would advise not to just consider the games that you're playing now. Maybe games you want to play in the future, like graphically demanding games. Maybe you want to revisit Cyberpunk 2077, or you want to jump into, Red Dead Redemption 2 or Skyrim or Fallout 4 heavily modded. Leave the possibility open by investing in a graphics card that will suit your needs, or a graphics card that's going to help you achieve your targeted gaming experience now and in the future. A pro tip I could share to help you with that step would be look at the game's minimum and also recommended graphics card, and then try to fall somewhere in between the middle or slightly above that to ensure you're able to play the game on your current setup and also at a higher detail or at a faster refresh rate in the future. This attributes to your targeted game experience, right? Which is unique and specific towards you. This is putting the personal and personal computer, right? So this will be determined based off of the type of games you want to play and how you wish to experience them. 2 key or core secrets here to propelling yourself or setting yourself up for success when you're initially going in with the planning of your system, trying to surmise how much money you will need to spend. Again, that doesn't necessarily start with going in with the fastest possible CPU and GPU money can buy. It starts with looking at the type of games you want to play and how you wish to experience them. Again, your targeted gaming experience. And essentially, your targeted gaming experience will help you determine your monitor type. Will you need a 1080p 75 hertz or faster monitor, right, with a higher refresh rate? Or are you more of a slow grind player and you might be able to get by with just 1080p 60 hertz, right, just a standard 1080p monitor? Or are you looking to get even more out of your visual experience with your games and you're looking to push a higher resolution and an even faster refresh rate, like 2560 by 1440p, 170 hertz or 144 hertz, or even possibly in the 200 hertz range. All of those factors will likely derive from the type of games you want to play and how you wish to experience them. You can play Apex Legends at, say, a higher, resolution and to get more graphic details, but that's typically not how that game is experienced. Typically, you want to experience that game on a fast refresh rate or a monitor with a high refresh rate, say like 144 hertz or 240 hertz, or monitors somewhere along the lines of that range. Again, this could help you be a little bit more competitive in a game like Apex Legends or Fortnite, or say Call of Duty Warzone, which too can be played at a high resolution and what have you, but typically that game is reserved for a lower resolution to compensate for a faster refresh rate. So it really depends on, again, the type of games you want to play and how you wish to experience them. Now, you could also find yourself very much in a world of both of those, gaming scenarios where you want to both play competitive based games as fast as possible, but you also want to play your slow burn games like Red Dead Redemption 2 and, dare I say it, Starfield. Where my Starfield fans at? But even if you wish to, say, experience both of those type of games, or you know that you are a gamer that's going to have a catalog with a wide range of different type of games, so you're going to want to have a balanced monitor to compensate for that targeted gaming experience. Whether you want to play all of those aforementioned games or games that are very much similar to them. So again, knowing the type of games you want to play and how you wish to experience them will give you a clear understanding of how much money you may need to spend, or how much money you should spend adequately on a graphics card and a CPU. Should that be an i5 or an i7, or a graphics card a little bit on the higher end range, like somewhere of north of 200 plus USD, or say your graphic demands aren't that high and you can get along with a used GPU for sub under $100, somewhere along the lines of, say, an RX 580, or if you're looking for a card a little along the lines of the modern side, then an RX 5600 or an RX 6600 could be also had for that price range, and that too will also open the possibility for you to run higher graphically demanding games. Your monitor is the window to your PC's soul, and arguably one of the most crucial components to define and determine your targeted gaming experience. It's one of the first components that we also recommend you buy first for your entire setup. So coupled with, again, the type of games you want to play and how you wish to experience them will determine how much money you'll need to invest in the entirety of your setup, which should include your monitor, your audio solution, your Wi-Fi solution or your internet solution, keyboard and mouse, etc., gaming chair, desk. Taking considerations like, should you need a long Ethernet cable to connect your system to the internet, or will you need to initially go in and invest with a PCIe network adapter card? Do you have a need for a wired or wireless, peripherals with your gaming mouse and your gaming keyboard? How are you going to, solve your audio solution? All of these factors will determine the overall cost of your setup and your system. You can offset the cost by allocating money in areas that are going to enhance your experience the most. For example, if you don't need a fancy mechanical keyboard, or you want to invest on a lower end, high end gaming mouse like the EVGA X20, I did a review for that gaming mouse. You can check that video out down in the description box below or up here in the cards. But then also consider your desk situation. How much space will you need? You may have to initially go in with a smaller form factor case because you won't have a lot of desk space, or you want to put your system down on the floor, which I highly advise against that, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But essentially, you should ask yourself, why is it that I want to game on a PC? What is it that I'm after, or that I'm trying to get out or from the platform? Is it the higher refresh rate you're after, resolution nativity, or better graphic detail? Hell, RGB. Whatever your reasons are, they'll be the hands that guide you along this platform and towards your journey as a PC gamer. Subscribe with the notification bell on for more PC gaming content in the future, or like the one you can click on now here on the screen. With that said, I do hope to catch you on the next one. So until then, be easy.